my camera angle has been very difficult to figure out this video. So we have gone through all these starter pack leaders. We have gone through OP1 and OP2, but I have to make a small correction from last video, and that is I ignored somebody. So I accidentally ignored one of the leaders from OP2, and that is Zephyr. So if you don't mind, very quickly, let me fix what I messed up in the last video, and that is to read Zephyr. So if you're not familiar with this character, but you've watched One Piece and you're wondering what's up, that is because Zephyr is from the films. I believe he is from Strong World, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong when I'm editing. So Zephyr is a film Navy type leader. He is a purple black leader, because like I said, in this set they introduced black as like Navy guards, like with Smoker for example, or Garp. So Zephyr's ability, he is a 4-life 5,000 power leader. His ability is when attacking, rest 4 Dawn, so Dawn -4, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 3 or less. Then this leader gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. So sorry Zephyr, I did not mean to ignore you. My bad. I also clarified, so I asked my husband again what this is, and this is the pre-errata Garp. So I have been mentioning that some leaders have been errataed. For example, Magellan, even though he doesn't have a post-errata version as far as I'm aware, or Luffy, Law, and Kaido. All of those have been errataed due to a translation or a misprint. But Garp also has one, and the pre-errata version is like really expensive. It's like, last I checked, $200. I'm not interested in buying it, and neither is my husband. So we're just gonna wait, and hopefully the price goes down at some point. But today, we are getting into OP3 and OP4 leaders. I'm sorry for any background noise that we might hear in the background. I really hope it's not too distracting. I picked a good day. I thought it was a good day, but people are mowing their lawns, and my dog is snoring really loud. In my last few videos, I haven't heard anything, but you never know. I apologize always in advance. Alright, so let's get into it. OP3. OP3 is the Pillars of Strength, and it was released June 30th of 2023. OP3 centered around Enies Lobby, Whole Cake Island, and also the East Blue Saga. So we saw people from all 3 of those sagas. It also introduced the color yellow into One Piece. So OP2 gave us the color black, and OP3 gave us the color yellow. Yellow centers around life manipulation and is a decently strong color, at least before Kingdom Come was banned, but that's a whole different story. The big leader that people were really excited for in OP3 was our very first leader, and that is Ace. His alt art chase leader was pretty sought after. I think this might actually be where the SR comes from. I could be wrong. Anyway, let's get into OP3 Pillars of Strength, starting with the big one. Red Podcasty Ace. Red Ace. So you'll notice that all of the leaders from this set have this this, so we're getting out of the Oda type leader face cards, at least for this set. The artist for this one is Anderson. Funny enough, the same person who drew, I believe, this leader, the Edward Newgate leader, and some of the later leaders that we see in other sets. So, all of them are drawn in this black and white style with a pop of color. Ace's color being red, which is very fitting for his color. He is red. So Ace is a Whitebeard Pirates type leader, 5 life, 5,000 power. And his ability is, when this leader attacks or is attacked, you may trash any number of event or stage cards from your hand. This leader gains plus 1,000 power during this battle per every card trashed. And I also have, I believe this is the starter deck version. Actually, no. I think this is just a regular alternate leader variation. Beautiful. This one is drawn by Makitoshi. Next, I won't blame you if you don't remember who this guy is. This is Kuro. From the East Blue Saga, from Syrup Village. I almost forgot. So Kuro is a green leader. He is a East Blue / Black Cat Pirates type leader. 5 life, 5,000 power since he is only one color. And his card, ironically, is not a pop of green, but a pop of gold. So you can see that pop of gold coming off of this plain black and white leader. And the artist is also Anderson. His ability reads, activate main, rest 3 Dawn. You may rest 2 of your East Blue type characters. Set this leader as active and rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. I genuinely don't see a lot of people playing many of the OP3 leaders. Just like we're still really early on in the One Piece TCG leaders here, so. Next is another East Blue villain. One of the final villains, really, from this saga, and that is Arlong from Arlong Park. Arlong is a blue-yellow leader. He is a Fishman / East Blue / Arlong Pirates type character. 4 life, 5,000 power, and you can see that pop of blue coming off of his card. Pop of blue. I double check for every one of these, but I'm fairly certain all of them, the artist is Anderson. And Arlong's ability reads as, attach to Dawn when attacking, rest 1 Dawn, play up to 1 character with the cost of 4 or less and a trigger from your hand. For those of you who do not know, a trigger is, in essence, you can take hits from your life, which are cards, and if one of them has a trigger, which is this yellow color, you can do its effect. So the trigger might be to draw a card, or to add a card from your Dawn, or to play the character. So that is Arlong's ability. Next is a leader that does get played even now. Even though she is not a very popular leader, she does win a lot of events. She's just not as fun to play. And that is Blue Nami. Blue Nami. Of course, even though she is blue, her theme of the card is orange for her beautiful orange hair. So Nami is a blue leader, so she has 5 life, 5,000 power, and she is an East blue type. So interestingly enough, she is not a straw hat type leader. So her ability is one that we have never seen before, and honestly I don't think we have seen since, and it is when your deck is reduced to 0, you win the game instead of losing according to the rules. So this is a very interesting ability because, as it says here, according to the main rules of the game, if you deck out, which is basically when you have no more cards to draw from, you lose the game automatically. But Nami works the opposite way. She is something known as a mill deck, which is basically you draw a bunch of cards, and that is her purpose, is to draw a lot of cards so that she can reduce her deck to 0. Her ability also says Dawn times 1. When this leader's attack deals damage to your opponent's life, you may trash 1 card from the top of your deck. So milling through the deck is very important. This leader is good because you're likely to win, but honestly it's not very fun to play because you're not really using that many characters. You're mostly just trying to not get hit as much so that you can trash a bunch of cards. So people play her, but they play her mostly to win, not really to have any fun. Next. We have Iceberg from the Water 7 arc. Iceberg is a purple leader, so purple Iceberg. 5 life, 5,000 power. Iceberg is a Water 7/Galley Law Company type leader. This leader cannot attack, so every leader has the ability to attack. That's why they have power. However, there are a few leaders that do not. For example, Iceberg, and a handful of other leaders that we're going to see later. So this leader cannot attack. Activate main Dawn -1. You may rest this leader and play up to 1 Galley Law Company type character card with the cost of 5 or less from your hand. Not a lot of people play Iceberg, but he recently received some support in EBO2. 1 card, mind you, but it's still support, which is interesting to see. Next is another Galley Law Water 7 character, and that is Rob Lucci. But this isn't the Rob Lucci that I was referring to in previous videos. This is a different one, even though it is also a black Rob Lucci. We will see Rob Lucci a bit later. There he is right here. That's like the better version of Rob Lucci. So let's get into Rob Lucci. He is a CP9 type leader, so no Galley Law, no Water 7, he is only CP9. Which is interesting interesting because the Rob Lucci in later sets is the CP0 version. So they are both part of Cyberpol, but but this one is CP9, which is what he is in Water 7, and Rob Lucci in OP7 is CP0, which is what he is when we see him later in like Wano, I believe, or is it Whole Cake Wano, and later Egghead. Anyway, he's a 5 life, 5,000 power leader. His ability is on your turn, once per turn, you may trash 2 cards from your hand, and when your opponent's character is KO'd, set this leader as active. So he can basically restand himself and attack again. Pretty crazy, but again, nobody really plays him. He's kind of the weaker version. Next, we have our 2 characters from Whole Cake Island. The first one is Charlotte Lin Lin, and she is a black-yellow leader. So one of the first characters to be a yellow leader. And of course, it makes sense that Big Mom is going to be dealing in life manipulation. She is a 4 Emperor / Big Mom Pirates type leader, 4 life, 5,000 power. Attach 2 Dawn. When attacking, you may rest 2 Dawn. You may trash one card from your hand. If you have 1 or less life cards, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life card. So she can basically give herself an extra life, which again makes a lot of sense for Big Mom. And I love the pink coming off of this card. I haven't said it for the past few leaders, so my apologies, but this one, and this one are all Anderson. And finally, our last leader for OP3 is yellow category, Charlotte category. He is a 5 life, 5,000 power leader. Not to be confused with purple category, which just came out now in OP11. But he is a Big Mom Pirates type leader. Attach 1 Dawn when attacking. Look at up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life card and place it at the top or bottom of the life cards. Then this leader gains plus 1,000 power during this battle. So it's similar to how he uses Observation Haki. He is one of the strongest Observation Haki users that we see in the entire show. It's pretty similar to his purple ability, if I'm not mistaken, because his purple ability also has to do with looking at your opponent's life. Or no, sorry, it's looking at your opponent's deck. Looking at the top card, I think. And here is his starter kit version. The artist is... It's B-Side. And that is it for OP3. We are now getting into OP4, which is Kingdoms of Intrigue, which was released in the same year, 2023, in September 22nd. So this set is pretty interesting because all of the leaders from OP4 are multicolored leaders. So all of them are dual colored in some way, and this is the first set that we saw that had all of the colors. So purple, black, red, yellow, blue, and green. So if you couldn't tell by the title of this set, OP4 is centered around Alabasta and Dressrosa. So these are actually some of the leaders that they kind of held their water in this set, particularly Dofi, Queen, and Rebecca held on late into the set. So let's get into OP4, Kingdom of Intrigue. Now I really like the leaders from this set because a few of them are designed with a background that kind of themes around their character. You'll understand what I mean the more we see them. But our first one is Nelfadari Vivi. And she is a red-black leader. So we see her card. The artist is Fema. And Fema designed this card amazingly as a beautiful homage to Alabasta, because we can see all of the straw hats with their fist up in the air showing the X, used as the symbol to show that they were all united together. One of my favorite scenes from Alabasta, and I know it's a lot of people's favorite part. So Vivi is a 5,000 power leader, even though she is dual colored. She is a 5 life leader, and that is because she comes with a bit of a handicap. Okay, sorry about that. I kind of lost track because someone started to mow the lawn again outside, so I waited, and then I had to switch the camera because my chair hit the camera. We're just having a moment. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I was reading Vivi's card. I hope the camera angle doesn't bother anyone, but Vivi is a 5 life, 5,000 power leader, and this leader cannot attack, so she is handicapped by the fact that she cannot attack. That's why she has 5 life. It kind of makes sense. Her ability is activate main once per turn, rest 2 dawn. Draw 1 card, and up to 1 of your character's gains rush during this turn, meaning that they can attack the same turn that they were played. It's a pretty interesting leader because it's a mixture of flooding the board and aggression. Now you'll notice that this next space is totally blank. That is because I actually play this leader. This is my off-meta leader, meaning I play it in off-meta tournaments, and I also just like to play it for fun, and that is Green, Purple, Don Quixote do Flamingo. Green, Purple, Dofi. And this is a really cool card because in the background is all of the members of the Don Quixote pirates from Dressrosa. I love this card. The artist is Studio Figure Co. Ltd. Shout out to them for creating a really cool card. So, the last time we saw a Dofi leader was Blue Dofi, but that leader surrounded the concept of the seven warlord system. This one does not do that at all, even though he is a 7 warlord / Don Quixote pirates type leader. This deck more so centers around the Don Quixote pirates part, because again, a lot of the cards that came out in this set were Dressrosa themed. So his card reads, end your turn, end of your turn, set up to 2 of your Dawn cards as active. So he always basically has 2 cards that are active. I could go on and on about how to play this deck. I am not the best at it. I'll be honest with you, I switch out the deck all the time, but I do have a lot of fun with it, which is why I've yet to, dismantle it and put the deck away, even though it is not that powerful. I still have a lot of fun with this leader. So into my baggie will go. Our next leader is another Dressrosa leader. Next up we have Isho. He is a green-black leader, navy type, 4 life, 5000 power. I like this card because we see in the background it's supposed to be the moment when Isho and Sakazuki are on the phone during Dressrosa, and Sakazuki tells Isho not to show up to Navy headquarters unless he has the Straw Hats in custody. Funny, the artist is Anderson. Starting to become one of my favorite leader artists here. Amazing art. So, Isho ability is attach 1 Dawn. On your turn, give all your opponent's characters -1 cost. And at the end of your turn, you may rest 1 Dawn and set up to one of your characters with a cost of 5 or less as active. So that could be pretty good if you have a blocker that is 5,000 or less. You can attack with it and restand it. Not bad. But still not very meta. This next leader, however, I do see her get used for particularly off-meta tournaments, and that is Rebecca. Blue-black Rebecca. She is a Dressrosa type. I hope I don't get demonetized simply by how she looks. Like, do I have to censor Rebecca? Anyway, her artist is Studio Vigor Co., the same people that did Dofi's card. And you can see in the background is her father. No spoilers here, the show's been out for quite a long time. Kiros, aka the one-legged toy soldier. So this leader also cannot attack, which is why it is a 5 life, 5000 power leader, even though it is dual colored, just like Vivi. So this leader cannot attack. Activate Bane once per turn. Rest 1 Dawn. If you have 6 or less cards in your hand, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck and reveal up to 1 Dressrosa type card and add it to your hand. Then trash the rest. I see this leader get used a lot, but then when Usopp got released in later sets, who was also a Dressrosa black-blue leader, a lot of people ditched Rebecca for Usopp. Next we have Blue-Yellow Queen. This one's kind of random because this whole thing centers around kingdoms of intrigue, so Dressrosa and Alabasta. And yet here we are with a Wano leader. We're just getting a bunch of Wano leaders randomly in each set. Anyway, Queen is a blue-yellow Animal Kingdom pirate type leader. 4 life, 5000 power. His ability is attach 1 Dawn when attacking. If you have a total of 4 or less cards in your life area and draw 1 card. If you have a character with a cost of 8 or more, you may add up to 1 card from the top of your deck and to the top of your life cards instead of drawing 1 card. Kind of a long bit of text. I don't really see anyone use this card anyway, but it was pretty popular back during the later version of OP4. And the artist is also Studio Vigor Co., just like Rebecca and Dofi and Isho. Sorry, not Isho. Isho was Anderson. Our very last leader for OP4 and the last leader for the video is Crocodile. Purple-yellow Crocodile. members of the Baroque works. I love this card. This card is awesome. Now, Crocodile is a 4-life, 5,000 power leader. From the 7 warlords of the sea/Baroque works type leader. His ability is, on your opponent's turn, once per turn, when a Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck by your effect, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. Funny that Crocodile's a pretty powerful character in the show, but like his leader cards are kind of meh. But anyways, with that, we are done with OP3 and OP4. I'm really excited as we get into these next few videos because now we are going to get into leaders that are actually in the meta even to this day, and leaders that I play personally. I'm so excited to get into this next video. So if you're as excited as me, you can subscribe and like